Hello guys, this is free advice for anyone who does not want to lose their money in Kenya or in Nairobi trying to invest in the taxi business. I have spoken some of the points that I'm going to repeat here before, but just to put emphasis, if you want to make some money from this taxi business, then you must be able to follow the advice that I'm going to give here. And by investing in this taxi business, I mean partners who want to buy a car and give it to a driver so that that driver can be giving them a given amount of money per day, per week, or per month. So I'm going to take here a real case scenario that I have witnessed on the ground, and I will tell you what is happening to this partner who invested a particular amount of money that I am going to discuss here and the returns he is getting. So this partner bought a Toyota Vitz 1000cc straight from the yard. That is a foreign used car that has not been used locally, and it was being sold at a cash price of 1 million Kenya shillings. So the partner did not have all the money. So the partner had only 300,000 Kenya shillings cash. So he used that as the deposit, meaning that he was loaned out around 700K, but plus the interest, it came up to 850,000. So it means that the partner was charged around 150,000 on top of the amount that was loaned to him to complete the payment of the car. So the partner was lucky because he had a bank finance, because he had a stable job where he provided his pay slip. So out of the 850,000, the interest was calculated at around 20% per annum. So the monthly repayment was coming to 29,000 per month for a period of 2.5 years. So if you just do a quick division of 850,000, you divide by 30 months, then you'll see the repayment is around 29,000 per month for a period of 2.5 years. Now let us go back. So this is on the side of the cost. Let us now talk about the income side. Normally when you buy a car like this one, a fair price to ask from a driver per day or per week or per month, it's around 1,450 per day, which amounts to around 8,500 per week, and then which gives you around 34,000 Kenya shillings per month. So that is the income that you get from that car per month. So normally what I advise people, me, when I put my car on Uber, I always create a kitty. And this is through the money market. Every month I take around 6, 7 or 8,000. The minimum I ever put aside is 6,000. I put it into my car kitty so that I am able to pay for insurance. I am able to do the service and other repairs and spares, so that I don't have to get into my pocket even a single day. So ensuring that your car pays for itself for anything that it needs, then you have to set aside around 8,000 per month. Just put it in a kitty for a bad day. And those days, as long as you are on the road, they do happen. It may not be an accident, but the usual, wear and tear, insurance, and other things. So if you put aside 8,000 out of 34, then what is available for that guy to spend was 26,000. So if you do 34 minus 8, he has 26,000. And remember, his monthly payment is 29,000 per month. Okay, so he has a shortage of how many thousand? Around 3,000. And that's why I am saying he will end up getting into the pocket to pay 3,000 towards loan repayment, which for me, it is is a very huge burden, because in as much as you will not be costed directly towards the car because you are setting aside this kitty, it means that every other month you have to get into your pocket and sustainably pay for this 3,000. Otherwise, if you don't set aside this kitty, you might think that you are saving some money by paying 29,000 full from the 34K that you get. But let me tell you, as days go by, you'll get to the time of paying the insurance, you'll get to that time when you need to do the tire replacement, and you'll find yourself without money. And that's why you will find so many cars that are on the road today, they are a bit road unworthy. They are very unworthy, meaning that in as much as they have new number plates, they are modern shape, they are not well maintained because people don't have money to maintain that car. They take all the money and put it towards loan repayment. And what happened at the end of the day? That car will give you a very, very short lifespan. Instead of it serving you for even 6 years, by the time it is finishing the 2 years when you are completing to pay the loan, then that car will become a complete garbage. So the 8,000 must be inevitable. So even if you put aside even 7,000, still you'll not go anything, you'll not go beyond, you'll not have more than 30,000 to spend. You'll just pay the loan and nothing else will remain in your pocket. And that's why I'm saying in this type of investment, you really need to think about the money that remains in your pocket. At the end of the day, that is what we call business. It is not how much cash flow the business is generating. Okay, in as much as we know that cash is king, cash is important, you need to ask yourself, after money has exchanged hands, how much money is remaining in your pocket. And that's why I always tell people, when you get into this business, there are only two solutions. There are only two solutions. The game that you play to acquire all, let me use to buy a cheap car. This is the key. This is the key to making money in this business. I don't know how you will finance your car, but if you finance your car cheaply and you get the cheapest car in the market, okay? If you get the cheapest car in the market, that will be the key to profitability. I always tell people how you get this car cheap, and the cheapest is to buy second hands. I know Uber and Bolt will not like when I say this because it means that we will not have very nice looking cars in the market in the long term, but I prefer that you buy a second hand car. I would also say that you buy the cheapest. The cheapest, I would say, instead of you going for the Vitz, go for the Altos, go for Mazda Caros, go for, cheaper cars that you can find, as long as they can move, as long as they are salvageable, as long as their cost of maintenance is not so much. You get my point? Go for that car. Don't invest so much into comfort. Don't invest so much into how that car looks, because at the end of the day, the purpose of these cars, even the size, will just tell you they are made to drop people from one point to another. Comfort, I don't know, space, I don't know what, it is not part of this business. That is not part of Uber business, by the way. The Uber business is transportation. If you are thrown in there as a garbage or like a luggage, it's none of their business. But of course, drivers have to maintain certain level of cleanliness and, of maintenance of that car. But comfort does not matter. So don't invest any extra shilling in trying to achieve anything else other than a car that can move from point A to B. And that's how people complain while others smile in this business. So I have just shown you a clear scenario of someone who is going to shed tears for 2.5 years, and it is not clear after the 2.5 years whether they will smile. So I will also do another video whereby the scenario I have explained to you here of someone buying a Vitz for 1.15 million Kenya shillings can turn out to be an attractive type of business. So there is a way to play around that, and I have done it before, and I will show you how you can work it out. But that will be a subject for a different video.